They've won 37 world ranking events, over $13 million in prize money, and now their rivalry is renewed. Steve Davis, the 6 times world champion, against Parrott, the winner in 1991. It was nip and tuck at the start, 1-1 as we go into the third frame. Talking us through, Willie Thorne and John Virgo.
But for this catch in the blue, it would have been an excellent shot. But it was a tough path to find that. Now this used to be John Parrott's strength, of course, his mid-distance potting. Whoa, and that's a cracker. That's like the John Parrott of all that. And played it with confidence. I think that was the most important thing, Willie. Didn't try to screw back to balk end, just play it as a shot for nothing. Nicely on the blue. The browns at this end of the table as well. Plenty of loose reds. One good positional shot here, and it'd be a good chance. I think, ideally, the red that's closest to the left corner, you'd like to get rid of. That's the red you'd like to get rid of. And the reason for that, it wouldn't... Oh, he's going to be unlucky here, is he? No, he's okay, he's on it. The reason I say that is because that red is blocking the black from going in that corner pocket.
7.
Not really the best position on the blue. He may have just to run through and play the one that nearest his right hand corner. Now he'll be running into reds here, and he's okay, we know the black now pots, but there's a chance
12.
of getting on the brown or black here, but he will need a good kiss. He's looking to probably play the gap actually for the blue or green, but I think I'd rather play a kiss and probably play the brown.
Yeah, I think you're right to play for the black, but it means he's got to play it slow.
30.
Oh, he's all right. He's on the brown, I think. That's not bad at all. The black is still in a potable position. The black spot is in the open. Good chance. Very good chance.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Both players playing very
70.
nicely at the moment. And I think Jimmy White hit the nail on the head, and we've mentioned in commentary as well that it was a game where neither player was really going to be nervous, and usually when you come to the Crucible, whoever you're playing, you're usually very nervous.
80.
But I think these two guys have spent so long together over the last 8 or 10 years, either in the studio, and they've kind of almost become close friends, and maybe there's no needle in this game.
Well, I don't think you get to be 6 times world champion without having that competitive
25.
instinct, and I'm certain Steve is really up for this. The point I do agree with, that I think this was a
26.
very good draw for John Parrott. You know, playing Steve Davis, no secrets, he knows Steve's game. He'll enjoy the type of game that Steve's going to put in front of him. But I think there's still a few nerves out there, and I think it's very important. You know, at the end of the day, it goes on your CV, doesn't it? We're all talking
31.
about this match, and I'm sure John Parrott would love to win it. And he's made a reasonable start. He looks in good form.
.32.
Might take a chance here. There's 4 reds, just the left of the pink. He looks to have a nice angle on the brown, on the black, just to run into those reds. He'll still be on one to the right middle. I think it's worth the risk. Oh, he's played for one loose red. Those reds are still going to be a problem as far as I can see.
39.
Had the perfect angle there to open up those
40.
reds. Not off this black. Interesting to see how many he gets now, Willie, from this opportunity. I think he might have missed the boat there on that last black he played.
Yeah, the angle's not quite there this time. He'd like to punch it on and off the cushion and hit the middle red of the three reds above the black. If he could hit the middle red there, it'd be perfect, but he doesn't quite have the angle to do that. Purposely left the
47.
half ball angle here. I don't know whether he can drop this in dead weight and finish low on the black. If he gets low on the black, he's got an angle to move them,
48.
and he has got low on the black. This is the chance that John was talking about a few moments ago. Luckily enough, John, he's got the angle this time.
Yeah, he had it before though, didn't he, when there was a red in the middle of the table which he could get on. Oh, where's the red going? It's okay. He checked it wasn't a plant, and with a 54 point lead, he'd be disappointed not to clinch it now at this visit.
Six. Oh. No. Thank you. Blue ball.
Well, this is a big shot, isn't it? Frame winner, possibly frame loser. Well played. Well played. That should be frame over now. It should be a 2-1 lead for John Parrott.
61. Sure.
Yes, he's only looking for the red, which is a formality. 60 points the lead, 67 remaining. Pot the red because 61 ahead with only 59 left. Pot success, 90%, that's good. Steve,
62.
84, that's the reason, probably, that he's going to go 2-1 behind.
Yes, and our colleague and one of the all-time
68.
greats, Jimmy White, in the studio spotted a little possible
69.
bet. I don't know whether anybody was listening to Jimmy about the chance of these players both 3-1 to make a century. This is an excellent chance for John Parrott to make one. Hope our viewers were taking Jimmy's advice and having a few quid on that one.
76. 77.
Yes, John Parrott had a 90 break in the first frame.
84. 85.
And after this black, another red and a black, and it'd be a dead 100. Well, deciding to play the pink, so he's going to need the yellow. But he doesn't look like missing.
91.
Yes, John, one of the few players to have had over 200 competitive
92.
centuries. Black and yellow to make 217. Looks a certainty now.
Yes, the black wobbled in, but nicely on the yellow.
101.
And it goes. So, high standard, good scoring, that's what you need to do, no matter who you're playing. You get your chance, win the frame at one visit. That's what
104.
John's done this frame.
Easy game, isn't it?
108. 113. 119.
Absolutely brilliant. John Parrott, a 126 break. Goes in front in the third frame. Leads by 2 frames to 1.
Vintage stuff from Parrott, who went on to build a commanding 6-1 lead. There's no doubt Davis is on the ropes, but will he counterpunch? Here's the 8th frame.
But it wasn't safe enough. That was a good pot there from Steve, but once again, well, he may be just about on the brown. Be unlucky if he wasn't.
Five. Six.
Well, it seems every frame we've been saying that Steve Davis has got another chance to score heavily. This was another example of just that. He's in the balls again. Balls are perfect. The blacks, I think, may go on its own spot, which could tie the black up here, obviously, if it does. He'll hope that it won't go on its own spot. Well, you can't. You just cannot win.
Steve Davis, 6.
Cannot win, mate. He's missing those.
No, he missed an easier pink than that into that same pocket in the last frame, and now that black. And you can't do that at, well, as you said, Willie, at an amateur level. Just making life very easy for John Parrott.
Three. Four.
Now, if the black does go on its own spot, which will tie it up, there's a little bit of value here in bringing the pink into play because he'll have no colours to score from. So he might, if he thinks that black will go on though, he should bring the pink out here. And that's the reason. Well, goodness me, it's the black as well.
John Parrott, 4.
They both played beautifully earlier on. All of a sudden now they're both struggling. Concentrated so hard on bringing the pink into play, you see, because he knew that the black was going to be tied up.
7. 8. $15. 16.
Well, this is the bogey pocket for Steve, isn't it? Missed pink in here, missed the black in here. Both times when he's been rolling them in, so he didn't stand for any roll-ins this time. Played the old stun run through.
22. 23. 30. 31.
You feel reluctant to say this is a frame-winning opportunity for Steve, the way he's played the last half an hour or so. But he's 38 in front, the black will be 45, so 2 reds, 2 colours will be enough. He's not perfect. Far from it.
No,
38.
this is the middle pocket that's been causing him problems. He missed a black to this pocket early on in the frame. He missed a pink in the last frame. But that was a good pot, and if the pink goes into the right centre, you just need the pink and 1 more red. And it does go. Straighter on it, it'd been a formality to get the pink and the red, but a little bit of work to do with the cue ball. Well, he's decided just to make certain the pink, so I assume there is a red that will go into the left middle. The one he needs.
45.
This took a 53 ahead with only 51 remaining. In it goes, so it'll be mighty relieved. He needed a second bite of the cherry, but this time he got it and he took it.
And this is one of the frames he shouldn't have won, really, of the last 3 frames. The last 3 he should have won them all.
52.
Well, he certainly had chances to win them all. This one, John Parrott's
53.
been in control of it, and even though he's only got 4 points on the board, that sounds strange, but he's been in the balls and missed twice when the balls were everywhere. So this is
59.
Steve Davis's highest break of the match. Should the red go in, the break goes to 60.
60.
So the last frame is a huge frame for Steve Davis.
$66. 67. 73.
Possible century then, 27 remaining.
75.
We'll give him a break of 100, which Jimmy White called up. He thought it was a good price for both players to make 100 or above at 3-1 each of them, I think it was. And if
78.
Davis clears, that'll be Davis who's made 100 as well, but blue to pink is going to be a big problem.
$82. 87.
Oh, what a cracking shot. What a cracking shot with a chance of getting a century. Well played.
$93.
Very, very good. Well, a frame he needed 3 chances to win, but in the end he took them perfectly with a magnificent break of exactly 100. is staying in this match. He now trails by 6 frames to 2.
That sparked a transformation in fortunes. Parrott's early confidence began to ebb away, and it went
52.
the distance. Good old-fashioned Crucible tension coming up. Now joining Willie Thorne in commentary, it's Terry Griffiths.
John Parrott, 52.
Took his eye off it. Missed that for, well, by quite a while. The previous shot was the problem. I did mention a few minutes ago you've got to keep that cue ball under control and when you're under extreme pressure out there. And Davis has now got an unexpected chance. Oh, that's amazing. Amazing. Don't like to see this because there's been so much good play, Willie, isn't there, during the match? But they're starting to play a poor last frame.
Well, if the red wasn't over the pocket, John Parrott would get down and knock this red in without even blinking. But the fact that the red's gone over the pocket, this makes this a little bit trickier than it should be.
Yes. 1.
And he's only going to get 1 off it. And now, how is he going to get safe here? He hasn't won a match here at the Crucible for the last 7 years, and the only thing I can see he can do here is roll up to the black, but then of course Steve will go off the side cushion, come back across and pot the red. Terry, what about knocking the red in with the black and leaving the white tied on the top cushion?
Deliberate miss.
Yeah, but how does
The referee can say it's an unfair...
yeah, but how does the ref know he's not playing to pot the black?
Well, obviously, the red's right on the pocket. Well, I don't think the referee would...
Yeah, but you know what I mean? What else can you do here? So that would be classed as a deliberate miss, would it?
Well, it's unfair conduct. There's a few things that the rules cover these things for, but you see the problem here, he's in this position because he had to put so much attention on the pot already, and like you mentioned, if the other red had been on the pocket, it's a dolly. But under this sort of pressure, nothing's easy.
Well, this is the shot I'm suggesting that that John should play, just as a containing safety. But as Terry has mentioned, that would be classed deliberate. Now, is the referee going to class that? Well, we'll never know.
John Parrott, 1.
We'll never know. What would the referee have done, Terry, in your opinion there?
Well, I'm not sure. He obviously played to knock the red in. I think that's unfair, to be honest with you, playing that shot. But if it's within the rules, then fair enough.
In all the years I've commentated, Terry, which is some 20 odd years now, I've never seen a situation where something like that was going to happen. That is a first for me. And it'd be interesting to see when we talk about this in the studio at some stage. What would the clue be? You know, that's going to be, of course, later on this evening. That's a real interesting point.
Yes, but John Parrott could have rolled the black onto the red, will he, and not pot the red and cover it, you know. I mean, he did have a shot there.
7.
So, I mean, there's no such thing as you haven't got any shot.
If he's dead straight on the pink, he can't get on a red here. If he's got an angle, he can force it and come back across the table. Yes, he's got a slight angle. So those 2 reds on the left-hand side are the ones he'll be playing for. Too hard, though. I'm not sure he can take the pot on from here.
14.
I think Steve's decided that it's time to have a go. I can't see an easy safety shot, can you, Terry? Unless he runs through and leaves the white on this back cushion.
I don't think he wants to see a safety shot, really. He wants to take a pot on. He's 33 points behind in this deciding frame. May feel he may not get a better chance.
Absolutely first class. He's played a lot of pressure shots in his illustrious career, this young man. That was up there. Now somehow he would love to get on the black off this last red, but that makes the other red easier. I wonder whether he'll risk playing for the black. Probably not.
21.
Dead centre. Good pot that was. Another one needed here with a rest. Well, there's the red slip past that black. Don't really understand why he played for the pink. Oh, and he's checking the scoreboard now. He's 25 points behind.
Yes, if he'd have got on the pink three-quarter ball, he could have dropped him behind the red. The fact that he hasn't, I think the only thing he can do is screw back and play a good safety shot. If he just screws back 6 or 7 inches and then he's got the perfect safety shot, red in behind the black spot. He's playing it the other way around. He's not going to play a double, surely, at this stage.
I couldn't stand it.
28.
But why would he leave the white there if he wasn't going to play a double?
Well, perhaps he is. He'd be guaranteed to be on the black. Screw back up for the yellow and they're all on. Sounds easy enough.
Well,
Steve Davis, 28.
now and again, Steve Davis plays the most unbelievable shots. But he's back in the frame.
Big round of applause there for Davis. I think the crowd here at the Crucible appreciate that he's under extreme pressure when he came to the table then. He's pegged Parrott back a little bit though. John Parrott now just 19 points in front.
Well, you mentioned a pink ball game, Terry, didn't you? Pink's not a bad shout at the minute. Unless Parrott gets in, of course, with the last red. Whenever it's 9-all, you always get players come out of the woodwork to watch the... Everybody loves watching a deciding frame. And somebody who's been involved in a deciding frame here at the Crucible. There he is, my great friend and colleague Dennis Taylor. This is a good shot. If this is tight on the cushion, it is. Oh, it's bounced. Oh dear. This is a half a chance. I think the white's going to cannon into the brown, Terry. Will he get on a colour?
Well, he's got to take the pot on and he's got to just hope the cue ball lands on something in this type of shot. Got to concentrate on the pot. Oh, how close is that? Oh, and then off.
John Parrott, 4.
Well. 23 points in front, John Parrott, a red in balk area.
Well, how unlucky is that? That's actually spoilt the match for me, because if John just gets the red and the brown or above, if snooker's required. It's a shame that luck's come into it, to be honest, because luck has come into that. Well, he still needs the yellow if he plays the green. Why has he not made sure he got on the brown there, Terry?
Well, I thought he could have played for the blue, and anything but the green. Past the green, he'll be 27 in front. With 27 left on the table.
Green ball.
Steve Davis is right, you know, these matches, when you get mistakes from both players, they're the most exciting to watch. No doubt about it.
Very unlucky to going off. Now, will he take the pot on for game, or will he play the safety shot? Should play the pot, really. Well played, John Parrott. It's a shame the match had to end with a little bit of bad fortune from one of these two great players. It's been a great match, this. Blowing snookers.
John Parrott 6.
It will be John Parrott who goes into the next round to play either Shaun Murphy or Judd Trump.
Teenager Trump showed flashes of brilliance, but it was 2005 world champion Shaun Murphy who went through 10-6. In a contest of switching momentum, qualifier Mark Selby trailed Stephen Lee 5-0, reeled off the next 8 frames in succession and won 10-7. Selby overjoyed. And so was Ali Carter. The Englishman who's training to become a commercial pilot was always in the ascendancy against Andy Hicks. 10-4, the final soar-away scoreline. Last year's beaten finalist Peter Ebdon pulled away from 6-6 to beat the dogged Nigel 10-6. And 7 times world champion Stephen Hendry, playing with a new cue, overturned a 5-1 deficit to beat Dave Gilbert, a Crucible debutant, 10-7. It was tougher than the Scot anticipated. Going back to the top of the draw, Ian McCulloch's reward for ousting the defending champion, Graham Dott, is a last 16 meeting with his good friend, Anthony Hamilton. And after producing such a convincing focus display to get the better of Ding, Ronnie O'Sullivan will need to remain in top gear against Neil Robertson. Still floating around somewhere near Cloud 9 after beating Ken Doherty, young Mark Allen takes on another renowned Crucible specialist in Matthew Stevens, while the next obstacle for Stephen Hendry in that quest for an 8th world title is Ali Carter, who beat him in the quarterfinals of the Malta Cup in February. One round in the books then, and already there's an intriguing 888.com World Championship unfolding. See you next time, but for now, from the Crucible and from Sheffield, it's goodbye.